Hello guys, today we're talking about everyone's favorite opening, the Sanrensei or 3-star point opening today. The opening is very simple. Once again, it's only 3 moves and it's 3 connected star point moves. This move was made super famous by a particularly famous player called Takemiya, 武功正术. And he was very active in the 1970s, 80s, 90s, and he has a very good Go style. They call it the cosmic style. And Go has always been compared to a very galactic game, like a very big game, as opposed to chess, which is focused on one battle. Go is really focused on development and the big picture and things like that. And in the Joseki revolution of the 1900s and the late 1900s, when Go really became popular in the world, this opening captured the imagination of all Go players. 3-star point openings. So here it is. And in terms of the Go theory, traditional Go opening theory, it was centered on the idea that the corner was the most important, was gold, the sides was the next important, the silver, and the center was the least important, it was called the grass. And openings used to focus on the corners, and to some extent, even with the 3-star point opening, it still is focused on the corners. The first couple of moves are in the corners. However, these are like the very fast developing star point corners, and the next move already developing into the side. And also a lot of these moves are all on the 4th line, which is very good for developing to the rest of the board. And so this is traditional opening theory, and the revolutionary concept for the cosmic Go style is it's focused on taking everything at once. It's gonna develop super fast and skip the Joseki's stage where you're constantly remembering patterns and everything, and go straight for like a full board game. This really appeals to a lot of players, especially younger players, and the free spirit and everything. So it was great. And how does this hold up in the modern Go opening theory? This is actually, this opening holds up surprisingly well in the modern opening theory, and that's because the modern opening theory is fully focused on having as much efficiency as possible, and because of the development speed of the 3-star point opening focused on being fast and getting like everything at once or affecting the whole board altogether, it holds up very well in the modern Joseki modern opening Go opening theory. A second part of this, which is like a scary part for this opening, is this. There's a surge of the 3-3 invasion openings in the modern day with the rise of AI and everything. And the main point of the 3-star opening is I am not afraid of giving you these corners. Traditionally thinking goes like this. I'm not afraid of giving you these corners because I am focused on making the whole outside of the board, and I'm doing the big picture stuff. Which absolutely, this particular position will be very good for black. It's actually pretty even, interesting. This would be even for both sides. Now, with the AI revolution, which focused, totally validified the 3-3 invasions, the small tweak was white does not play the last remaining honey connect exchange, and instead just simply focuses on playing the game faster and tanuking, and the whole realization was that black is not that thick on the outside, and that the territory, the moyo, the potential territory that black is surrounding here is not, it's more shaky than it looks, and therefore the whole premise is a little bit weaker than before. Now, with that said, 3-star opening has caught a break for itself, and that is very often the 3-3 Josekis ends up something like this. And in that sense, if black extends to the middle of the side, like Q10, R10, these points, it is actually a fine, good move. And so because of this, the 3-star point opening basically totally holds up in the modern day AI Josekis. White starts with 0.3 of a point of an advantage, plays the 3-star point opening, we're still at half a point, 0.6. This is totally fine. So great. Next, let's look at a few opening variations and go into some of the things to watch out for when you are playing this kind of a 3-star point opening style. First thing is white is totally valid to play the 3-3 invasions as usual and just sort of play the game by itself. Now, with the 3-3 opening, usually black is looking for a very strong outside influence development towards the middle of the board. And so when white plays this kind of game, which is, it's okay, it's okay for both sides, black is generally said to have gotten the right, gotten the game plan that he wants. All right, and so very often white has several choices, and as all good openings are concerned, the ability to have a quickly branching out type of opening is very well liked. In this case, there's more than half a dozen good moves for white. White can develop himself, and also, of course, approach black's corners and then limit black. Let's take a look at some traditional openings sequences. So one of the most common opening sequences in the past is this Joseki shape, and black ends up in gote, and you can do the same thing on the top. In the modern day, this still totally holds up, but this is also black getting the game that he wants. A few more Joseki choices, and this one is a very interesting one that AI has brought up, and that is, so one is this extend down. This is totally fine. White spends an extra move, leaves a weakness for black here. If black spends an extra move, he's extra developed in the corner, but white is also okay. In the modern Josekis, this is actually now the most popular, where white takes sente after playing the headbutting move. Traditionally, this was viewed, giving black a sente move here was viewed as very bad, or hane once and giving black a capture here was viewed as very bad. But nowadays, it's no big deal. Because of the existence of this cut, black is still not overall super strong. And in fact, so white tanukis and gets the speed that he wants. So a very common thing that happened in the past was you would go into the corner for one of the Josekis, and then on the other Joseki, you would go for the jump out. And this was very popular back then. This is a way of limiting black's influence or moyo making into the middle of the board. This was very common as well. And white has a few choices. Play this one and then let black have a lot of territory, or connect, and get yourself some thickness. And nowadays, the AIs give a very interesting move here. This is a little bit farther out, more efficient than the simple connect move. So that's okay. Okay, so very common methods. Of course, you're always okay to do this kind of thing. Another very common continuation is black would sort of play a very simple joseki here, either white plays another place move here, or white plays here, and then go on for the fourth start point. And this was very, very popular at the time for all aficionados of the cosmic Go style. 4 star points. Of course, you know what comes after 4 star points? 5 star points. And this is like seen as a great way for black to make a huge amount of the biggest moyo you can see. Very, very nice to play. How does this hold up in the modern environment? Totally holds up. It's okay to play this way. Great. In fact, sometimes another one was he just totally ignores white on the bottom and goes straight for the other star point. 4 star point opening. Nowadays, this bottom joseki is a very common 3-3 opening shape, joseki shape, and so of course this absolutely holds up well. This Sanrensei point, the Q10, also does a very good job of. It's a very fine extension move. So there's no like direct counters to the 3 star point opening, actually, which is a bit surprising. And which is quite good. This is why I'm showing you guys this opening now. There is just one thing to watch out for in the modern Go environment, and that is it's very tempting to go for the 4th star point, and it's like you're going and developing. Back then you can't think of a faster way to develop. Nowadays there's actually faster ways to develop, and that is you want to take the side and the corner at the same time. And the slight problem with this 4 star point opening is this: your next development move is not actually in the center of the board. The most efficient development move is actually one of these moves in the corner, the knight's move, the one space fourth line, one space jump kind of move. You can see here all 4 moves are equivalent. So this one, this one, this one, and this one, and all these are equivalent. And so because your next expansionary move is still in the corner, then you're much better to just play your expansion move inside the corner first, and then the next move you can go further, go all the way into the white corner, or do these kinds of shoulder hits. And this is how you can actually, in the modern opening, expand even faster than the 4 star point opening that people really loved to play in the past. Okay, so just make sure a little bit to watch out for in the most simple variations of the 3 star point openings. You'll see here this move. Also a very good move to point out, the headbutting and jumping joseki is very popular nowadays. AI has totally legitimized it, and but if you do go for this corner territory, you're not going for cosmic Go, right? Okay, so we'll see here. We'll make white play here, and this move, this center of the side move, is going to be a questionable move. It loses half a point. It loses 1 point. Not a huge deal, but you can see here how the Go theory is now catching up to that 4 star point move, and it wants to nowadays the you can actually go faster if you go just defending the corner. And the only problem is if you go very fast now, your next move is still to sort of slow yourself down, back down, and okay, that's the thing to watch out for when you play the opening here. Now, next is Go theory, and when you play the cosmic Go, big moyo type of Go, play in Go style, the most important thing you always want to keep in mind is that Cosmic Go is about the rest of the board, about developing as fast as possible. It is not about making a huge territory. Cosmic Go, a 3-star point opening, even though it makes the biggest territory framework you can see, you don't want to be making territory no matter how much, no matter how big it seems. You always want to expand fast enough so that your opponent has a chance to come in and invade. How does this work in practice? In practice, just remember the focus is on thickness, not on the potential territory. As long as you're looking for thickness all the time, you're gonna be fine. And so this is what the most important thing to remember is, because when you play a Cosmic Go style, because you don't have say something like this happens, because you don't have a lot of very, very strong territories, very secure territories, your shapes are never as strong as they seem. So this invasion, it's gonna live. This invasion, it's gonna live. This invasion, it is all going to survive. And so when you're attacking, just keep in mind that what you're looking for is to get yourself to a very, very strong shape. So here, these moves are all preferred. This move is not as preferred. It's surrounding the territory right away, but these moves are all strengthening your weaknesses. So let's see how this works in action by first taking a look at the Takemiya himself, the founder of this Go strategy. This is a best of 7 finals match for Japan world title. His opponent is a very famous chikun player who is very famous for invading, and Takemiya is very famous for building moyos and big Cosmic Go style. You'll see here, Black plays back then, you can't think of any move faster than 4-star points in a row. But even back then, even in the 1980s at the time, Takemiya was able to check himself. He didn't play the 5th star point. He played the more good and perfect, according to modern AI, expansion move, which keeps strengthening his shapes here. And he doesn't continue to expand all the time. He also, he does his approach moves and everything. The next part is the most important part, and that is the thing that we have to focus on when you play the Cosmic Style 3-star point opening, or any openings or any mojo focused, influence focused openings, and that is thickness and strength of your stones is the most important thing. Territory comes later. So Takemiya does not choose this move, does not choose the territory move. He picks the move that gives him the most amount of strength for his weakest attacking stone. And in this case, it's this one. He just plays this move. And here is one potential source of problem whenever you play the Cosmic Go opening style. And of course, that is you're not taking that much territory right away. And the problem is not so much the territory points that you don't have. The problem is the lack of thickness and safety that comes with having a 6-7 points of territory. In this game right now, White has that on the bottom. Black does not. Black does not have a sure territory for either of these two groups. And so that's why you'll see Takemiya play moves like this move in the middle. This move is purely focused on achieving strength and thickness. Now, this move doesn't surround any sure territory. Now, you might say, upon first looking at this kind of a move, you might think it's surrounding a big center moyo, or it's starting to surround this moyo. It is not. Its primary concern is making the two black stones on the middle side, lower side, middle of the board very, very strong. And after this, black has achieved a lot of strength on the lower right corner. Despite playing a little bit slow, despite us being a bit slowed down and making thickness, black is very, is very particular about making this, his shapes as strong as possible for the fighting to come. This attachment, before white comes into the middle, black plays this attachment. These are also aimed at the same thing. The most important thing is to get yourself to be strong enough, like this move, right? Get yourself to be strong enough so you have your, you have your territories, you have your groups, and you have to be strong enough in order to go for the attacks. And you'll see black continue to make his own shapes strong. So thickness is the most important thing when it comes to these moyo type of games. Next comes a few more moves. These exchanges are helping to strengthen the left-hand side group. You'll see here how these are exchanges giving up some territory, and another move, white jumps into the middle, Ataris, and black plays the press. Okay, these moves were played out like the AI, and the whole game is very, very high quality. Now, after a bunch of these exchanges, black has now secured thickness for all of and safety for all existing black stones on the board. White's gotten a huge amount of territory on the top left, so white leads this slightly. Black has not secured much territory at all in the last 30 moves or so. The right hand side is secured, but then all these moves he hasn't made any territories yet. All he did was make his attacking his stones much stronger, so when they start going for the attack later, he has the strength to back that up. And so in the game, after playing here, all the sort of slow methodical moves that were played before have now culminated to this point where now black has now achieved this cut of the white's shape in the middle in Sente. And so with that, the next move, black extends here, aims for the cut. Of course, this still has a strengthening aspect to the purpose. And now black sounds the attack. And white is at a very precarious situation now. White is not able to go home. And at this point, it's a very, very he's now able to pull the trigger. Notice a few common notes about this. Making thickness is very, very important. Keeping your stones strong, getting sente, getting and retaining sente, as well as having strong shapes. When you have the attack against the opponent, usually comes later than you would expect with all these moyo game styles. The attack really only came at this point after black has made many strengthening moves in the game. And so here, when white extends, very reasonable move. There's the sente moves, and then the hane can't be stopped. Looks like white is doing quite well at this moment, this exact moment, and this is a moment he strikes the cut. And it strikes at a very, very good moment when white just extends. White is looking to threaten black on the right-hand side. Now, when black cuts here, white is not able to, for example, play lightly and give up 2 stones. This way, the Q12 that cut earlier totally is wasted, and black is going to take the lead. And so white almost has no choice but to come and fight black here on the right. Again, notice when he does pull the trigger, it is it comes a little bit later than you would expect, and two, it comes he's willing to give up territory and stuff like that, right? So, but the most important thing is the attack, the all-out attack, the killing attacks come much later than you would expect. So delay your attack a little bit, focus on making yourself stronger and doing sustainable development, as we always talk about. Get yourself stronger than the opponent, and then attack. And in this game, White really suffered and was not able to to basically survive. This looked very, very easy. White resigns at this point. Even if White survives on the right, the middle here is all lost, and the 3 stones are lost too. It's like sudden death, and you begin to sort of fear the power of this kind of opponent a lot. Note, this game didn't start with Black having the thickness advantage. At this point, it seems like White should be the one going on the attack here. Black has 2 weak groups. It was through a lot of a lot of delaying in the attack, self-strengthening this move, and and these moves, and then finally this push up kind of a move. And when White was the one to sort of initiate on the bullying of the Black positions, this was when Black really struck out at White, and it looked like White was not able to it looked like White was all paper and just totally everything was cut up, and all the thickness, all the sort of slow looking moves that Black played earlier sort of all came in, they all pitched in, and then see the beginning, the position looked like this. All these stones pitched in, and so that's a way that he was able to get the Cosmic Go player is able to get total efficiency out of possibly slower moves from earlier. So that was a very good success example. He waited his time, and only when he had the advantage in the thickness did he go and strike. And next we look at another very similar one in the modern era. And this was a Chicago Open game, the final round, and we see another 3 star point opening. In this case, the avalanche exchange was done before. This game, we can see a great way to counter this style, and we'll see here. Black plays p15 to expand into the center. And here White played a smaller than usual looking small knight's move instead of a big one, and Black continues to evade them, to develop the middle. And at this point, White makes a few more moves to make sure that White can move out here with ease. There's no cuts like this, for example. After this, White jumps, and now the position goes, Black continues to attack White. White plays some very safe and slow moves, slow looking moves. Here, when Black goes for the corner territory, now remember with this kind of 3 star point opening style, it's where stones are kind of farther apart, and you are not, it's about who can build thickness first. And in this game, we'll see here, White is getting attacked, and White looks a little bit weaker than Black on the board. But a few fights later, and when White played this move in particular, you can see that White is now really gaining back, or starting to take the thickness advantage. White is now looking to attack the left and maybe attack the middle, and so on. And this move is strengthening the 3 white stone group on the top very, very well. This makes Black panic a little bit, and Black plays this jump. Now this is the thing that will lower your efficiency by a lot. So possibly black probably now needs to give up on the offensive part of the game and go on the defensive part, take the territory, and then just try to defend his way into the a territory win. Black defends the positions, but at the end here we'll see that white is gonna sort of steadily, inevitably take the thickness advantage, and as a result, this the later fighting and more steady progress kind of moves, and then the rest of the game would be black sort of answering white's threats against black, and because at the end here we can see in the last game, the success example, all the black moves sort of came together, and they all came together to surround a white group and attack and succeed and everything. In this one, because black was not able to keep the thickness advantage, and because white played so well, black ended up playing a lot of moves here in the middle of the board and here, just surviving on the left-hand side. All the black stones were separated, sort of not able to come together, and that's because black just didn't have the thickness advantage. And so this game would end up being a very easy white victory. Look at the AI, very, very convincing. So remember guys, the most important thing is to fight for and retain the thickness advantage in your games when you play the 3-star point opening. And otherwise, by all means, have a lot of fun. It's a great way to skip out on common opening, complicated opening josekis and go straight into the fun part of the game. And nothing is more fun than playing a full board game in a full board sense right off of the opening. So good luck. I'm gonna try this a lot in my games, and hope you guys enjoy this kind of thing too. Just remember, thickness, not the potential territories, and delay your attack a little bit until you're really like, I'm so strong, I have to attack now, I'm so strong, delay your attack a little bit because of because of the need to make thickness before you attack. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.